On Sports 360 tonight, AVB gets the sack.
A reality check for Arsenal.
And can African teams win the World Cup?
All that and much more right after this. Hello and welcome to tonight's latest edition of Sports 360. I'm Jones Ewa, and lots do we have for you in store today.
Absolutely, Jones. It's an interesting one with tonight with Champions League draws and the Premier League taking centre stage. I'm Adeshokwe Olajide, and let's get straight into it. Joining us on the couch tonight is England women's football player Anita Asante and our very own Idris Adeshina, our Sports 360 pundit who loves Arsenal, but I hope his love for Arsenal surely hasn't reduced. How are you guys doing?
I think we're very fortunate to have the ladies all around this couple of weeks.
All right. Thanks for joining us.
Yeah, my pleasure.
Now, it's time for our topic of the day. Well, it's no news that since Liverpool's thrashing of Tottenham at White Hart Lane on Sunday, manager AVB has since been removed from his position in the team.
So our question to you is, do you think the manager should have got the sack this early in the season, or was Tottenham too quick to pull the plug? Call us on 0207 501 7701 or tweet us at VOXSPORTS360. Now, some very interesting results in the Barclays Premier League over the weekend, wasn't there?
Absolutely. Now, just quickly before we move on to the games itself, which match or results really stood out to you? Let's put Arsenal and Man City aside. What are the results?
Yeah, Arsenal will have been the standard the game, but with Tottenham coming yesterday, I think that will have overshadowed it.
Anita?
Yeah, I probably agree with that. Obviously, I'm a Liverpool fan, so I'm a little bit biased to that game and
Suarez.
But yeah, definitely the Man City Arsenal game was the big one.
I think we have the table up now. Yep. And that's definitely what the table looks like today, with Arsenal top of the league and Man City, Chelsea and the likes bearing down on them, isn't it? Liverpool. Absolutely, for Anita's sake.
Yes, Anita's a Liverpool fan.
Now, speaking about Liverpool, Brendan Rodgers handed Luis Suarez the armband at White Hart Lane, and the striker again was amongst the goals as Tottenham suffered their second huge loss of the season, with Liverpool thrashing them 5-0 at home on Sunday to go second in the league.
This fantastic goal there by Suarez
was the best of the goals.
I think Luis Suarez. We've made the statements. Anybody that has listened to my arguments over the last 3 years before he came to the Premier League would know how highly I rate him as a football player. I'll go to you first, Anita. Since the last season, since he came back into the season, it seems like a new man. You've got the beat between the teeth, as they say it here, isn't it? Yeah,
he just looks hungry. He looks really sharp, and obviously Sturridge has done a great job too. But since he's been out, he's just taken it, the reins of the team, and he's always kind of looking to score. He knows he's a striker, and that's his main ambition, and you can see that every time he touches the ball.
Indeed, and we have callers who are always looking to call. We have a caller on the line. Hello, caller. What's your name and what's your point?
My name is Wale. I'm calling from Manchester.
How you doing, Wale?
What would you like to say?
Yeah, not bad. Idris, I promise you, look at it.
I'm very
look
fine.
at it. I told you are not going to win anything.
Yeah, but
that's why Idris.
Nobody has won anything.
Wale, we're still speaking about the Tottenham-Liverpool match. We will be getting to Arsenal really soon, so you can bash Idris.
Excuse me, Adeshokwe, let me make my point.
Please.
Can I make my point, please?
Go ahead.
Yeah, my point is that the first thing we Africans should sign up to now, everybody, like open a website, call CAF to name African Cup of Nations in the name of Mandela, to respect Mandela.
Okay.
So that's my contribution tonight. Idris, I will not give you much answer.
Thank you very much, Wale, for calling, and that's a very, very strong suggestion there to turn the CAF Cup into Mandela Cup. I'm sure a lot of people are listening, and we can definitely pass that through to the guys in upstairs there, isn't it?
And of course, South Africa hosted the 2010 World Cup, so it would be a nice gesture, wouldn't it?
Yes.
But coming back
exactly
to the game, Liverpool. Now, when Brendan Rodgers took over, he had a lot of criticism, but it seems things are working for him.
Yeah, things are working. He actually seems not because he doesn't have the players, but with style of management. And one thing I want you to be very cognizant of in this Liverpool and Suarez is that nobody has asked Suarez to come back and pick ball or to come and make a defensive game. That is the problem we have with other managers. Say, look, everybody has to defend. They ask him, just go and score the goal. When you are within 15 range of home, don't look to pass. Just try your luck, try a risk. And for the past 3 games, we have seen that absolutely. And it's taking results.
Now, Anita, if I could cut in, Anita, you're a player yourself, and as a player, if you're not part of their starting team or not part of the squad, some players get angry and they're disappointed.
Absolutely.
But Benoit Koto, when Adebayo was seen they were in the box, weren't they?
Yes.
And they took a picture, posing suggestive that said Tottenham lost 5-0. These sort of things.
That's the tweet over there.
Yeah,
What a game tonight. Happy to see my man Adebayo laugh out loud with 3 and 2 respectively, symbolizing 5-0, as suggested by the British media that perhaps they were taking a pop at Tottenham losing. What do you think about their gesture there, especially after such a huge game?
Yeah, I think the timing of that, it was not really good, and I'm sure that their teammates would be disappointed in that kind of behaviour, because at the end of the day, you're a team and you win and you lose together, whether you play or you don't play, and they may have to come in and play, at least Adebayo the next game, and you want all your teammates to be behind you and trust you, and that kind of thing. So that gesture, obviously, I don't think will put them in good stead with their teammates and maybe the manager.
What is Sports 360 without our team players?
Of course, especially the callers that join in.
Hello, what's your name and what would you like to say?
Yeah, my name is David.
Hi, David. Can you turn down the volume of your TV set and then tell us where you're calling from and your point tonight?
Yeah, my name is David.
Yes.
I'm calling from Perth, in Essex.
Hi, David. What would you like to say?
Yeah, I'd like to say, I would like to talk about the sacking of AVB.
Please.
Well, now in the Premiership, I think it's now a tradition, if you get linked to Chelsea, you face the boot. Clark was sacked some days ago, and Zola resigned today.
Yeah.
And yesterday, AVB got sacked. So I think, as a player, if you spend such an amount of money, £110 million, I don't think, the other day they were trashed by Man City 6-0.
Yeah.
Some days ago by
West Ham 3-0.
3-0, and some days ago, just yesterday, 5-0 by Liverpool. I think they ought to sack him.
But don't you think, Davis, AVB hinted, those players were not his players. He didn't actually go out to sign them.
But you see, he was assigned to manage the club and the players, irrespective of him buying them or not. If you sign a contract, you don't sign a contract based on the players you buy. You sign a contract based on the players you meet in the club and the players you have to manage.
Provided. Right. Thank you very much, David. That's a strong point there.
That's a strong point.
Absolutely. If you agree with David that AVB should have got the sack, call us on 0207-501-7701 or tweet at VOXSPORTS360. Or if you disagree, thinking AVB deserved more time to deal with this situation at Tottenham, call us on 0207-501-7701 or tweet us your points as well.
I disagree with him there, because if we cast our mind back when Mourinho took over Chelsea, he brought in his players.
Yes.
So if a manager has been signed to a club and the players are not of his choice, he needs to work with players that he knows they can produce for him, right?
Yeah, to some extent. I think it depends on what the resources that are given to him, and that has to come from David Levy, and he decides, I'm going to give you this budget and you can go out and buy these kinds of players, and he can't come and change a whole squad of players. Maybe he can bring 1 or 2 additions and that adapt to the team. But like, you know, to some extent I agree with David in terms of, you know, he had a job to do. You have to manage what you have and know what the kind of strengths and weaknesses of those players are, and try and have them effectively work together. And yeah, it's bad enough they lost games, but they lost quite heavily, you know, in a very elite level of football. So obviously lots of questions to be posed there.
But the thing is, with the Premier League, the increasing pressure on managers in the Premier League to perform regardless of the kind of players that they have, we've seen managers lose their jobs in the last 7 days, the likes of Martin Yo, Steve Clark, now
Paulo Di
Canio, Zola, and you know, it's on the screen there, Zola, and now AVB, especially if AVB is hinting that 104 million or whatever it is that has been reported to have spent hasn't come from him. He's got a director of football that is selecting players for the team that the manager might not be happy with. We saw it with Chelsea, and Jose Mourinho eventually walked because of that.
Yeah, don't let us deceive ourselves. From the moment Tottenham invested heavily,
Quickly,
we knew there was going to be pressure on AVB.
And we know we have to go on a break.
No
Time for a quick break, and when we come back, we will look at how Man City humbled Arsenal and their fans.
plus the Champions League draw, and we get up and close with Anita Asante. We'll be back.